Pick the Nintendo Shack and pray. Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening says, yo.
Greetings, Koopalings! Welcome to this week's episode of the Nintendo Shack Podcast, episode 339, Nintendo Museum Revealed. We'll talk about that. We got a really good look at it during a museum direct this week. But I'm back after a week of being away at Zeldathon, raising money for charity. I missed you guys.
Yeah, we missed you.
Missed you too.
Welcome back.
I love doing the podcast every week, and when I miss it, I feel like my whole week is thrown off.
Really?
Yeah.
And when I skip a week, I feel like I
really.
haven't talked to you guys in a long time.
Seriously,
Especially you,
yeah.
because we only really talk on the show, right? Because we don't. I'm not doing Twitter so much. You don't do Discord as much. So like Delvin, I see all the fucking time. And
Yeah.
I'm talking and seeing Delvin every day. But you, like, I take 1 week off, and I'm like, where's Rebecca doing? Like, I haven't heard from Rebecca in a minute, unless TikTok. If I see you on TikTok.
I do like sending you TikToks.
Mhm.
I appreciate me and Rebecca's relationship because I'll just get random messages from Rebecca and they're just delightful. It just makes my day.
I do send you. I rarely message you, but when I do, I feel like it's gold.
Yes, it usually is.
Thanks.
We were talking.
I will not say any more about those messages.
Okay. I won't talk about it.
Uh-oh.
Make you wonder. Yeah, I was away at Zeldathon, raising money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital. I did a segment where I did Family Feud Zelda themed. I was the host. I was Steve Harvey.
Mhm.
It was really fun. It was a little chaotic. I did not do the mustache, unfortunately. I know I should have.
Did you cut off all your hair?
I have hair right now. So no.
Could be a wig.
Bald cap.
Yeah.
No, it was a good time. I enjoyed it.
That's awesome.
I start work next week.
Not
Going
as
back
awesome.
to school. No, not
No.
as awesome. I'm not ready. Vacation is not long enough. But that's okay. I'm feeling optimistic.
I mean, school kicked my kids' ass.
Yeah.
They're still like, they'll come home and just be in bed at like 7 now.
Well, they're in high school, right? Like that's
Max in
like
8th grade. Not quite yet.
That stuff's hard.
Yeah. Victoria had her first football game last night. So they are rocking and rolling.
Football game. Is
On
she
the
like
march to graduation.
band, cheerleading? What is she?
Band. Yeah,
Band,
she's in the
yeah.
band.
Yeah. Yeah, that's no joke. That is seriously no
Quarterback.
joke. That is like quarterback. No, she is that's
quarterback.
I know what it's like. I was not in marching band, but like all my friends were. And that is no joke. That it's like just as much work as being on the team.
Yesterday they had a 12-hour rehearsal, and I don't ever remember having a 12-hour football practice.
Mm-hmm.
So if that gives you any, like, they were at school yesterday from like 9 to 8.
Yeah.
Who does she play for? The Patriots? Like, what's going on here?
No,
12 hours.
It's seriously, they take it so seriously.
They have like a whole program, and because they have band competitions, it's not just the football game. The football game is like practice for them.
I was in band for, I want to say 6 years.
Band is different than marching band, though. Like, it's a different animal.
I performed the parades and everything.
Okay, there you go. Then you understand.
What happened was when I got to high school, I probably shouldn't be saying this, but fuck it. I don't give a fuck.
Tell us the Delvin lore.
When I got to high school, right, they kind of was saying, without saying, hey, since you're a freshman, we're going to have to haze you in. And I'm like, well, fuck that. Because any of y'all put your hands on, I'm beating the shit out y'all. And that kind of ended my band career.
In high school, they said that?
Wow.
Yeah, because I was a ninth grader. And
that's like college stuff.
Yeah, they want to do that. because band down here, they take bands seriously, and they were like, "Yo, we gotta haze you in and stuff like that," and all this other. But like, get the fuck out of here! Ain't no way I'm letting y'all put your hands on me.
You're
So
14.
I got out of I wasn't with that shit. So I got out of marching band, and I played in symphonic band for like 2 more years. Like, I'm done. Then I discovered girls. So I put this trombone away and pick up a mic. Because this trombone doesn't have any riz. As some would say.
I didn't know that, Delvin, that you played music. That's cool.
I played a lot of music. I played trombone. I played drums. People know about the rap thing. I used to produce
Rap battles.
I know that. Yeah.
College campuses all over South Florida.
Yeah, that's
That man's a legend.
that's
Dynasty.
So weird.
With silver nickel and 2 dimes.
I've done so much stuff. It's so weird. I think about it it's like the Forrest Gump of Miami.
20 different lives.
Probably more like the Simple Jack, but that's fine.
Besides Zeldathon, I did my a Super Nintendo wheel yesterday, where I spin it, play Super Nintendo game for an hour. I played Kirby's Avalanche, which is not really a Kirby game and doesn't have anything to do with snow. I was very disappointed. It's Puyo Puyo.
Yeah.
It was hard and I didn't like it. It was very misleading. Somebody joked and told me it was a Kirby snowboarding game and I got really excited. It's not what it is. And then I spun the wheel and it landed on Clay Fighters. Have you ever played that or heard of it?
Yes, I have.
That was fun. That was fun. Why didn't I ever know about Clay Fighters?
You never heard of Clay Fighter, Donnie?
I've heard of it because it's been released.
One that I heard
it's been released on like virtual console and stuff occasionally.
The
N64,
so the Clay Fighter 63 and a half. I remember because it has like a weird name, but I didn't know there was one on the Super Nintendo, and it had like really funny characters, and it was really silly, and it was fun.
If I remember correctly, it was published by Interplay.
Yes.
Actually, I remember this game very well.
Good memory, yeah.
This was during the fighting game craze where everybody had a damn fighting game.
Mm-hmm.
Like, everybody had one. Like, it was like every time you look.
It kind of felt like a parody of like the serious fighting games, like a parody of like Street Fighter and whatnot. But like, I got really far in it. It was really fun. Good balance between not too tough and like a little challenging. And I don't think it's on NSO, but it should be because it was pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Did you get any swag at the Zeldathon?
Did I do what?
Did they have any swag there or anything like that?
Swag? I got a shirt.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Yeah.
It's not like a
No, it's not a convention. It's a private invite only event.
Yeah.
I was invited.
Of course.
I was not. Delvin, absolutely not.
No, it's a 24-hour charity marathon where they're people and then they invite guests to play Zelda games for 24 hours for a week and raise money for charity. So I was not there for a week. I was only there for 3 days doing my thing. Doing Josh's thing. He played Wind Waker crowd control, which was funny.
I bet.
Yeah, good time. It was mostly fun because I got to see friends.
Sure.
So
Amanda and everybody.
Amanda wasn't there, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Yeah,
no Amanda.
Yeah, I know. Other people though. I miss Amanda. I haven't seen her in a while. What have you guys been up to since I last talked to you?
Nothing. Chilling.
Wow.
Zelda. I was about to call Rebecca Zelda. Zelda, listen here, Zelda.
Very accurate. Very accurate.
That was my dog's name.
I've been up to a bunch. I've played Alien Infestation on my 3DS. It's a DS game. Because last week Delvin and I went and watched the new Alien movie.
Ooh.
From Fede Alvarez. And this came up years ago. Or not years ago, I think like last year. We were talking about Alien games. And Nick was like, hey, because somebody had asked, I don't know if it was this show or PSVG, at some point, somebody asked about Alien game and like what kind of Alien game we would make. And I think Delvin was like, yeah, like it should be like a
Metroid.
Metroid. I was like, because that is Alien. Like Metroid just ripped that off. That is the game. And I was like, somebody should make one. And then Nick was like, they did.
Oh,
On DS, there is a
Oh my
Metroid
God.
Alien game made by Way Forward, of all people.
oh,
And
so it
it's
actually
really
probably is
good.
good. I was gonna say when you said it was on DS, I was gonna say it's probably like a licensed piece of crap. But if
No.
Way Forward made it, then yeah, that does sound like it would be good.
No, tis very good, actually. I started playing it. I actually carried it with me to the theater. I was playing it during the trailers and came and played it afterwards. Because, do crimes, very easy to throw on the 3DS. I was like, yeah, let's just go get this and check it out. And yeah, probably like maybe my favorite Aliens game. Having a ball, like absolutely having a blast playing it. It is very Alien. It gives you all the things, right? You're gonna fight xenomorphs, like face huggers. They're gonna be androids. Like it's very true to the form, and a lot of fun. So
That's
I've been
great.
playing that mostly like in the Nintendo space. I have played and beat Cat Quest 3, which is a game you can get on your Switch. I played it on PC because it was cheaper there, and I enjoyed it very much. It was a very fun game.
How long was it?
I got through in like, I want to say like 7 or 8 hours.
Okay.
Although I think you could beat it in like 3 or 4 if you wanted to.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like if you weren't like exploring and you were just kind of like going there to do something.
I'd
So
take
that's
a long time.
That's the thing. The game, there are like tasks for you to do, but very rarely does the game like give you like a waypoint and say like go here. You kind of have to figure it out. And if you're not doing the side quest, then it's very short. But if you do the side quests, or like for me, so Cat Quest 3, it's Cat Quest. If you've ever seen it, it's like I dare call it dungeon crawling because it's not quite that deep. It's like very, I don't know, like baby's first dungeon game. But in Cat Quest 3, you get ship combat and sailing mechanics. So it's like that, but it's Wind Waker, which adds a lot more fun to it. And so you sail around to these different islands, and every island has like 3 or 4 little dungeons on it that you can raid for either like key items or like, more gold or special equipment or gear. So for me, every time I was around somewhere for a story beat, I would like also try to just clear the island because I was already there. Might as well, like, because they're really short. They don't take very long. So yeah, I think it maybe took me a little longer, but it's a fun story. It is. As somebody who likes the Cat Quest games, especially because they're like so punny with cat stuff, I was like kind of worn out by the end. There are a million cat puns. Like they have turned every single piece of dialogue into some sort of cat pun. And I was like, okay, guys, we get it.
How do they have more ideas after
I
they
don't
already
know.
did 2 games before that? How do
Yeah.
they come up with more?
Yeah, everything is passionate or impossible or like just, oh my God, guys, we get it. We get
I
it.
like it.
But it was very good looking. And just generally, yeah, I had a really good time. This would be an excellent option to give to like a young person, or even somebody who's just has never like played like a non-linear game before. Like if you're wanting to give somebody like a little dose of adventure, a little dose of like find it yourself type of gameplay, but without giving them something so complex that they can get lost on and never finish. This is like an excellent option for that. Because while you can go anywhere, you have a sense of freedom, the world isn't that big and the enemies aren't that hard. So like you can go in any direction and it won't take you very long to like circle back around. So it was pretty cool. I liked it quite a bit. And then what I was playing last night was playing Mario 64. Because I've been playing that a little bit more here lately. I've been fighting the urge to play a Zelda game. I have the itch, but I'm just holding out. I'm just waiting. Zelda's not that far away, so I got a lot. Because I'm just kind of like.
What made you want to play that?
Mario 64. Is that what you're asking? Mario 64.
Yeah, what made you want to play that?
It's just a comfort food. I was just in the mood to play something, and I'm just in this space here where I've got a couple weeks before like everything that I've bought releases, and I just don't want to get too invested in anything. So I was looking at I was just going through my library, and for whatever reason, when I came across the Mario collection tile, I was like, yeah, let's play Mario 64. It's been a minute. So I just booted up and was just playing around with that until
Nice.
because I got Space Marine about to drop, I've got Astro about to drop, Plucky Squire's about to drop, and then all of that gets us to Zelda. So yeah, I'm just trying not to do anything that I'm
And
gonna
then
be.
Zelda, and then Life is.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait on Life is Strange.
Yeah.
I've got too many things to play.
Stop! No, you can't.
think I have
No,
to.
no.
I think I have to.
But you're gonna get spoiled,
I don't
He'll be
think
fine.
so. Yeah, I don't think so.
He'll be fine.
Johnny.
Well,
Am
speaking
I
of
on
that,
like a
Rebecca,
delay or something?
I
feel
already
like I'm on a
pre-ordered
delay.
it. Yeah,
well,
you keep
I'll be
freezing.
playing it too.
I keep freezing. Okay, let me see if
Got
I
a little
can.
slow delay.
All right.
Well, speaking of that, Rebecca, I was talking about a game on PSVG this week that you might like. Have you heard of
Ooh.
Dustborn?
Dustborn. Maybe. Tell me.
Google this game. It's like a almost like a Telltale game.
Dustborn. I feel like I have. Yeah, I feel like I've heard of this.
It's really cool.
Oh, I like the art.
Art's really cool, right? It's a narrative-based
really
game
cool.
that's kind of in the vein of Life is Strange, the Telltale games, the story-based adventure game, where you have these multiple characters, and basically society's kind of weird and messed up, and they don't like you using certain words, and it's like this fascist
Oh.
society, and you use your words like to fight against the society. And your words have power, and you can pick which person uses their words and things like that. And like certain people have the power of empathy, certain people have the power to like make people be quiet based off what they say.
Okay.
It's almost kind of like X-Men.
Yeah.
You like it. You like it a lot.
I'm gonna wishlist it and keep my eye on this. That does sound awesome.
Yes,
Cool.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh, and there's a demo
I'm
on
enjoying it.
Steam.
Yes,
Nice. Yeah, I'm wishlisting this.
I'm still playing it. I'm enjoying it. I didn't want to talk about it here because I've been talking about it on PSVG a little bit, and but I'm having a good time with it. It's a really, really good game.
I don't think that game is on Switch, right?
I think it is.
Is it?
I don't see it on Switch.
Because I'm also playing my first Five Nights at Freddy's game, but I don't think it's on Switch either. I didn't bring it up.
Well, I wishlisted it on Steam just now, so I will keep my eye on that.
I do have like a low signal on Wi-Fi. My computer is not on Wi-Fi. I just see a low signal on Wi-Fi on my phone. So I've just turned everything off. Let me know if it gets better.
You're okay right
Okay.
now.
You're
Okay.
fine.
Yeah, I just turned the rest of the house off but me. So
If Dustborn is not on Switch, it needs to be on Switch. This seems like the perfect game to be on
Yeah.
Switch.
It looks like it could be on Switch. That kind of game.
It's great.
Delvin, anything else? What have you been up to?
No, I've just been like, playing Dustborn, and I went out this week with my girls, and she wanted to watch a movie, so we watched what did we watch? We watched A Quiet Place Day One because she hadn't seen it, so she wanted to watch it, and she loved that movie.
I still have
And
to see
good one.
And surprise, Donnie, she never saw Tropic Thunder.
Wow.
Never watched it. Didn't know it existed. So I was explaining to her the lore of Tropic Thunder. Like, let's watch.
Yeah, how does that land in 2024?
She loved it. She thought it was hilarious.
Awesome.
She didn't know about the Robert Downey Jr. part. So when she saw, like, why is he so tan? I'm like, he's supposed to
Tan.
be black. You're like, what? She's like,
Tan.
what?
Why is he so tan? What happened to Iron Man, Dad?
She's like, no, he's supposed to be black. Like, what? Like, yeah. It's a part of the, it's a part of the story. That
It's the
he's
whole
a
thing.
nothing after. Yeah. And she's like, this movie's wild. Like, yeah,
It is.
such a funny movie. I enjoyed watching it. I kind of see why they don't make movies like this anymore, but I kind of feel like they probably should. Maybe we just lighten up a little bit.
Not a way.
Yeah.
Not a chance. Not even a little bit. They would absolutely get canceled. That'll never happen again.
It was hilarious. I watched it again. Like, this is very funny. Like,
I watched Long Legs last night.
I just bought that one. I'm gonna watch it again.
Yeah, me too. Very good.
I'm excited for that one.
My wife liked it a lot.
I was also explaining to her that the Tom Cruise thing people didn't know about until they saw the movie. That was like a big deal in Tropic Thunder.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I didn't know that was a thing." Like, yeah, he doesn't normally do these type of roles, so him being in this movie was like shocking. Yeah, I enjoyed it. She enjoyed
Playing a dude disguised as another dude. A dude playing as a dude disguised as another
playing
dude.
a dude disguised as another dude. Yeah, I am. I was going to mention I am playing Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit. And
I have that one
on my lovely new
Is it
ROG
good?
Ally, Rebecca.
Pow!
New
Oh
one.
my god.
Look how excited she looks.
New one?
The new one. The new
What
one.
do you mean new one?
There's a new one.
What's
There's
new
no one.
about it?
It's
They
better.
fixed everything wrong with
What?
the first one.
They did. It's so much better. I'll talk
They
about
were
it on
like, "My
VSCG.
bad."
I'm not going to spend it here, but it's way better.
Okay.
They're like, my bad. The first one.
it's
That
my
was a practice.
My first Five Nights at Freddy's game ever. I don't know anything about
Really?
it. Yeah,
You
I
didn't play
honestly
the OG?
no idea.
No.
Wow.
I have zero idea of what Five Nights at Freddy's even about. I never even watched. I didn't watch the movie. Is there like a TV show? I haven't done nothing. It's my first ever.
If the movie's terrible, but I love Josh Hutcherson. He's
I heard
so
people
good. I
like
love
the
him.
movie.
I've always had a big crush on him.
They do.
Yeah, I
Josh
thought people
Hutcherson
liked it.
seemed like a
I
nice
think it's
guy.
just Delvin.
People like it. That's terrible. It is awful. It is bad.
That's
It
saying
is-
something, Mr. Winnie the Pooh.
Hey, part 2 is good. Part 1 sucks. They were looking-
Sure. So I found this game, I don't know, I think like last year during one of the E3s or Game Awards or something where they had like all the million indie games. And there's this game that I saw, Five Nights at Freddy's. It's called Into the Pit. And anybody that was ever there in 1998 playing Clock Tower would easily see like, yo, that's a Clock Tower game. Like almost instantly when you see it, like that's a Clock Tower game. That's the only reason I've ever been interested in it. I wishlisted it. It just stealth dropped like 2 weeks ago. I bought it. I've been playing it, and it is like a Clock Tower game.
Looks really
Nice.
cool.
That's up your alley.
It should come to Switch like quickly soon. There's nothing about this game that it couldn't run on Switch. A lot of the other Five Nights at Freddy's games are on Switch. I don't know why it's not on Switch yet. Maybe they're saving it for October or something. I don't know. But it is quite good. It's not the story isn't all that, I think, deep. It's not even all that comparable. But the gameplay is like Clock Tower. You're constantly being hunted, and you're trying to figure all these things out, all these little puzzles, like find all the items. It's a lot of backtracking. But there is one little element. There's one little twist here, is that there is this ball pit, which is why it's called Into the Pit, at this Pizza Hut. And when you dive into the ball pit, you can go back and forth across time. So it's like your temple of time. And you can do things in one timeline that you can't do in the other timeline, and back and forth you kind of keep going, and you can use it to get away, and you can use it to do the puzzles.
That
So
sounds
that's
good.
that's the twist. That's the little element that it's doing here.
That's
So.
cool.
Never
My
jump
thing
into a
about-
ball pit.
No.
Well, they talk about like how gross they are. And that's why, so like the game starts, it's like this ball pit is like the room is locked, it's off access, and it's like, yeah, because some kid got in there and everybody got ringworm back in
Oh.
1970 and all that. So yeah, the way that it works is like you're in like the modern time, you're at this pizza place, I think it's Jeff's Pizza, whatever, I guess this is a Five Nights at Freddy's thing, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's like Chuck E. Cheese. And in the modern time, everything's run down. It's grimy. It's nasty. There's nobody there. Everybody hates the pizza. And then he jumps in the ball pit and like you're back into like the 80s. The arcade is popping. There's kids everywhere. Like everything works. And you just kind of keep going back and forth like that. So,
I know Five Nights at Freddy's is like memes and like, it like has become a kids type of thing, but like I think the concept is great.
oh yeah.
I wouldn't even say it's a kids type of thing. I think it's a pop culture thing, if anything now.
Kids
'Cause Five Nights at-
really like it.
Five Nights at Freddy has a lot of like incredible lore. The lore
Yeah.
to that same series is incredible.
I
Like,
see
there's
a
multiple
lot of
storylines.
that kind of merch at elementary school.
Wow.
It's really
I want to watch the
popular.
movie. I want to try it. My kids don't really care about it but I want to give it a try because I don't know anything about it. I'd like to. And 'tis the season. My wife just pulled out all her Halloween decorations this weekend.
Nice.
So I'm getting all in the mood, getting very excited.
Nice.
Almost there, Rebecca.
Almost
Johnny's
there.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Oh, it's upon us.
We
had a cold front that just came through. We've been under like 60% humidity for the first time in like 6 months. Like it's like, oh, like it's upon us. We're almost there.
It seems like we're gonna have an early winter this year.
The last forecast that I shared out, as much as these things matter, because I feel like they get them wrong all the time, was that we were supposed to have an unseasonably warmer fall than normal. The only reason I remember it is because apparently there's like some jet stream that supposedly is going to keep the southeast like relatively normal, while the rest of the country is like hot as hell.
Oh.
Like the map was like everything west of the Mississippi was like dark red, and then everything east over here was like, yeah, it's normal. It's like, man, that really sucks for Dev out there living in Death Valley.
Yeah, our winter is usually like 85 degrees, so it's like, all right.
Yeah, we're currently experiencing your winter. Like this week is the first time, literally since I think February, that the highs have been in the like below 85. We had like an 83 day the other day. So,
yeah,
very nice.
Why don't we jump into the news? We can actually talk about Nintendo for once.
Yeah, let's do it. Nintendo had a direct on Monday that they used to showcase the new Nintendo Museum. The Kyoto Museum is scheduled to open on October 2nd, and they showcased all kinds of things. They showcased there's like a cafe, and of course there's a shop, there's craft and play areas. They have these big areas with these giant controllers. That seemed to be like the thing that caught on with most people. People love what would you do? How would you play with a giant Nintendo Wii? But like the idea is you have this giant controller and multiple people use the controller to try and beat the level or do something like that, which is kind of a neat thing to do.
It looked really cool.
I thought it looked good. Yeah, for sure. I wasn't I watched the direct. I wasn't all that excited while I was watching the direct. I was honestly thinking, I was like, this is kind of boring personally. But I think the reactions that I saw on social media, like afterwards, was like more exciting. People seem to be pretty jazzed.
I like that they include stuff that's older than just video games in the actual museum part. Like I'd be interested in seeing, like, they had a gun, they had a baby stroller. Like I didn't know Nintendo made that kind of stuff.
Yeah, old company. So I imagine there's a lot of stuff there to do. And I did like those little bits during the direct where they kind of showed off more of the history of Nintendo stuff. That was pretty cool.
I won't be in Japan anytime soon, but if I'm ever there, I would like to go.
Absolutely. Yeah, that was kind of my take on it. Like, that's not something I think I would personally like go out of my way. Like, I'm not going to plan a vacation to go to that museum. But it's kind of like the Nintendo store in New York. I don't go to New York to go there, but when I'm in New York, I go.
You go, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's kind of like where I would fall on it. Are you anybody into like museums? Do you guys do that a lot?
I am. Yeah,
I like museums.
Yeah. What are your favorite ones?
Trying to think. I like we have one down here that's called Fiskaya, the Museum of Science. That's really cool.
That's cool.
Because I'm a nerd when it comes to that type of stuff, and I always went there as a kid and things like that. We have that down here. We have a planetarium that's down here that's really interesting to go to.
The planetarium.
We got a lot of stuff down here.
Nothing. Am I that old? Damn.
So Ripley's Believe It or Not Museum in New York. It's like body oddities and stuff.
Now that sounds awesome.
Oh, I got one for you. You just reminded me. I forgot about it. The Serial Killer Museum in Hollywood, California.
That sounds awesome.
I've been there.
Wow.
That is really fascinating.
I like those. I like the oddities type of off-road, like roadside attraction type of weird shit. That's my jam. The Science Museum in Ohio, there was a COSI, which is, I think, maybe very similar to what you have. And this is where you go and they have all the little science experiments. You can like touch laser balls and all the stuff. And like the kids can lift a giant car because of the power of, physics and all that type of stuff. That was really cool. I've been to the
Smithsonian in Washington, D.C.
Ah, have you been there?
That's a good one.
I've been to the Trade Center one. And then the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame one. Yeah. I generally like those things too. They're good little sightseeing things when you're out and about.
Isn't
Pretty
there a
cool.
video game museum in the United States somewhere?
I think there's a couple, but I know there's the one that's in near Rome, because when Sean and them do Extra Life, I think they all go, or it's like a part of it.
Okay.
And then there's also like the game preservation folks, I think, in California. It's
Mhm.
not like a museum, but they have all their stuff like out on display and stuff. So it kind of is. You can
Okay.
go in there and see everything, kind of go hands on and check out games and
Feels
stuff.
feels like that needs to be a more expansive thing.
I have to think that as we get older, I mean, we will. I mean, clearly evident. Look at Nintendo; they're opening one up. Well, I guess I was going to ask: would you rather go to like the Nintendo theme park or Nintendo museum?
Museum.
You know what? I'm going to say theme park.
Yeah.
I feel like if it's done right, like the people who do the Disney World things, I think that could be pretty cool. Plus, you can get some cool merch out of there. Nothing else.
Sure.
I would like the merch. I'm too old for rides. They make me sick.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, most of that way too.
When you first said theme park, the first thing that came to my mind was how the Star Wars thing is done at Disney World. I forgot what it's called, the Rise of the Empire, or some shit like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, what if they did some shit like that with Zelda or Mario? How cool would that
That'd be crazy. See, like to me, I don't see why they don't have like, maybe not nearly as big, but they should expand that, right? Like the idea that it's just in Kyoto, like they should maybe put like some sort of like little historical, walk around thing, like either at the theme parks or at the Nintendo store, or open up other locations. So
Agreed.
I think that, there's
Yeah.
people will visit them for sure.
There's like a little one in the Nintendo New York store. It's
Yeah.
upstairs, but it's like basically just a giant showcase like in the middle of the merch floor.
Yeah. I would like to see them and like expand them. Maybe that's the deal. I mean, they seem to be more than ever like very corporate and kind of like expanding like their merchandising opportunities. So like I could see that being
Mhm.
if Kyoto is like if that's profitable and it becomes a thing, I could see them like branching that out. I could see other things doing that because their IP is valuable. I very much look forward to like the YouTubers, like the travel logs, and like those people are gonna go out there and figure the whole thing. So I'm very much looking forward to watching that when it opens. But yeah,
That's
pretty
really
cool.
cool.
Nintendo created its own Zelda-themed social media app to help Tears of the Kingdom development. This was pretty cool. This came out of the developer interview this past week.
I didn't hear about this.
Where the developers, in terms of getting feedback while the game was being tested and developed, they created like their own Twitter that they called the Rupee Bulletin Board, where rupees were used instead of likes, but there were rules. That the only rules that you had to put, every post on the board had to be objective, and nothing that could be suggested could be subjective or based on personal impressions. So while you're playing a game, if you liked a mechanic or something, you could give it a rupee, and they kind of gauged how people were enjoying different facets of the game. And they built this whole thing out, this rupee verse, just to do this. And I was like, I think
that's interesting.
When I read it, and I would imagine how most other Nintendo fans were like, man, I want that. Like, like I wanted, that's the social media I'm after. Save me, Nintendo. Get me off of this stuff. I want off the ride.
Who would have known that Nintendo would make the best social media of them all?
Plug me into the rupee verse, please. Get me the hell off this. Was pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't think I've ever heard of anybody doing anything like that. But I thought that was pretty awesome.
It is cool. But Animal it was just internal, right? Like it was only for
it was just for their closed group. Yeah. Animal Crossing Pocket Camp service ends in November. But they say they're developing an offline version of the smartphone game, which will work with your existing save data. And that is expected to be released in October. So you're going to get like some sort of evergreen version of the game that you can keep playing. There's a lot of people who have been playing that thing for years.
They have supported that game. Yeah, they've supported that game for a long time with new content and people buying Leaf tickets, and I'm surprised it's ending.
Yeah. we've got a leak to cover. This is maybe pretty exciting because I remember this game releasing in November. I'm gonna go ahead and say it's November. It's possibly November. It's yet to be actually unveiled. However, there are like 9 storefronts across the globe that are all kind of showing the same date, so it seems like it's going to be November. Where a port or a remaster, some version of My Sims, the game from the Wii and DS era, the Nintendo version of the Sims game, should be coming to the Nintendo Switch. This is kind of crazy that this would be the first Sims game on the Switch. In all of its many years on the market and all of its success, we have yet to get a Sims game on Switch. Rebecca, have you ever played My Sims?
No, never even heard of it until today.
My Sims was The Sims, but without like the complexity, like the like the feeding systems and stuff on top. It's Animal Crossing, but with Sims. Like that's more or less what it was.
Now you're talking.
So this is it's like and like the visuals, if you don't remember the time, like that DS, that Wii time. I really speak to the Wii, but the DS kind of fits in there, where like a lot of companies.
Chibi.
Yeah, they were essentially like adapting their games to like the Wii style. Like everything was like Mii's. They would kind of like all the sports game. Everything kind of got toned down, kind of got cartoony. This would kind of fall in that vein. And they had like the Sims game where everybody looked like Mii's kind of.
This was developed for the Wii and Nintendo DS in 2007, released for Windows and mobile phones in 2008, and for BlackBerry in 2009.
BlackBerry.
Damn.
When I saw this, I went and looked at the Reddit the night before last night, and people are pretty excited. Like there's a lot of like, oh, we're so back. They're like making memes and stuff. So this could be, a game that has at least a little legs.
I feel like this could especially fill a void where the Fantasy Life game was just delayed.
Very good point. You're absolutely right. Yeah, I definitely think after seeing everything that Animal Crossing did and whatnot, you can honestly like imagine like EA being like, yeah, let's put something in there. But I'm actually kind of shocked it's taken this long. So pretty crazy.
Yeah, I'll keep my eye on it.
The Nintendo World Championships NES edition charted 6th on the US best-selling chart. And the Switch was outsold by the PS5 and the Xbox Series. What's up, Delvin?
I said that's game of the year, baby.
Oh my god.
Nintendo World Championships selling like crazy. Like hotcakes.
I think this is like the first time the Xbox has outsold the Switch in some time. Because they were both boosted by college football. Yeah, which was a juggernaut last month. But yeah. Good time for Nintendo to be readying a new platform, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
6 Lego Super Mario Kart sets were unveiled at Gamescom. They're due out January 1st. They range from $40 to $80, and they've got little miniatures inside things you can buy too that are cheaper. Do you guys want Lego Super Mario Karts? No,
not interested.
Not really.
I got Delvin breaking up on my end. Is it just me?
Yeah. His little thing keeps going down. His Wi-Fi bar goes up and down.
Well, I put this one here just for you, Delvin. Minecraft meets SpongeBob DLC is now available on Switch.
Let's go, baby.
Get your blocky bikini bottom on right now. You're good
Love
to
it.
go.
Damn right. Did I sing the video of SpongeBob and Patrick wrestling?
No.
Oh, I need to send you that. That's great. There's
Definitely
a video out there that I guess some indie wrestlers dressed up like in SpongeBob and Patrick cartoon costumes, and they have the whole SpongeBob and Patrick get up, and they come into the ring to that song. I'm a goobly goober rock. They're wrestling a match, and they give the guy a 3D. I'm like, holy shit, SpongeBob can wrestle. It's great.
Wow.
Oh my god.
Wow, I definitely need to see that. Pokemon the card game, the newest version, drops October 30th. Pre-registration is now open on iOS and Android.
Hell yeah! I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I don't know how to play the TCG at all, but I just want to. Maybe I'll learn, but I like to collect them. I will collect them digitally.
Yeah, in the trailer they said you log in every day and you can open up a pack. I'm sure they'll let you like buy packs and stuff like that.
I feel like that's a lot. Like they're giving a lot that you can open 2 packs every day. And they probably only have like 2 or 3 cards in each of them. But like Josh feels like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, once the minute they feel like I need to spend money, I'm out. But like I'm a patient I can go a long time without feeling like I need to spend money.
Well, it should be a booster pack, so I imagine it'd be 10 cards. So the whole idea is that to get you deck building so you can start playing as soon as possible.
Now, I have a question. Have they said that you'll be, because like the whole point of the trading card game is trading the cards. If I pull like a really cool Charizard and
Sure.
Josh pulls like a really cool Blastoise, like can we trade?
It's a good question. I didn't see any answer to that. It's a good question. I don't know. I would like to. If you buy
I would hope so.
packs of
That's a big
cards,
part of Pokemon.
if you
Yeah.
buy packs of cards today, they come with a card that you can like punch in a code to unlock those cards in the game. I would imagine that would keep going, that would be a part of this as well. Yeah, I love the card game. Jack's super excited. He came downstairs trying to show me something last night thinking that the game had released. And I was like, I clearly watched the trailer. It didn't come out until October. Like, I'm not sure what you're playing, but like maybe you're playing the old version, but that's the new one looked very good. I'm very excited for this. I wish it was coming to Switch, but I'll play it on my phone. Not too worried about that. Let's see here. Playground Productions announced that the Backyard Sports franchise is coming back in the coming months. We're taking great care to preserve the look and feel that made the original games so special while updating them with modern features and gameplay. And I had to tag you in it because I knew this was a Rebecca-ass story.
Listen, I don't know if a lot of listeners know this about me, but I played a lot of backyard sports as a kid, specifically baseball the most. I also had backyard basketball and backyard football, so I played those, but I played baseball the most. I know that they have continued to make them like on mobile and stuff, but they look different and they're not the same, and like it's just bad. It's not good. But this gets me excited because if it looks the same, preserve the look and feel of the original games, like bring back Pablo Sanchez, like bring back Maria Luna, bring back, all the ones that I love. Even better if they're able to get some of the pros as kids in it, like the modern day pros, like that would be really, really awesome. I will definitely keep my close eye on this, and I hope I'm not disappointed because this has so much potential.
I mean, I'm all for more very diverse sports games, 100%.
This game was so much fun.
I miss the days of when we came up in gaming, or when I came up in gaming, where everybody was doing it, right? We've just been on this 10-year run where it's just EA. It's just EA and 2K, and there's one game for every player. There's one sports game for every sport that you can play.
Yeah.
And it seems like that's really starting to open back up. We're starting to get more arcade sports games, more indie sports games, and I love it. So
I mean,
I'm rooting for it.
I was so young when I played this. Like it really introduced me to a lot of the pro players as well, because like I watched the Phillies, but like I didn't follow the players, especially on other teams. So like I was able to learn like the big name players on all the teams. Like they were like the best players in the league at the time. So that was like kind of my first introduction to that.
Yeah. There was no mention. There was no gameplay shown. There was no mentioning of licensing or anything like that. We can only just wait for the reveal and hope for the best. But I hope they land it because, like I said, I love this stuff. We've got Retro Bowl, we've got New Star, the Mutant League Football. There was that other one, Turbo, or not Turbo. Well, there was Turbo Football Superheroes, but I'm trying to think of
there was
it's something bowl, Legend Bowl. Like the one that like kind of took off. It was like College Bowl, I think Legend Bowl. They're on Switch. So like this is becoming more and more of a thing. We just talked about the Basketball Heroes game in Hoopsland. Like I love it. I want more of this.
Me too.
All of it. Thunderful and EA announced the sequel to the roguelite Lost in Random called Lost in Random: The Eternal Die. It's out in 2025. This is interesting for those of you that liked that game. And we had a few people. I think Garrett, Josh, they really like this game. EA has taken this idea up now. So it's Thunderful game that EA published, and now EA is like developing or co-developing now. So they want to put a little bit more into it, I think. So the second game should be, I don't know, quite a leap forward, maybe.
Okay.
Civ 7 drops February 2025. That was confirmed for Switch. And Delvin, last week we were talking about Hyrule Warriors and stuff, and you were like, man, I hope they keep making them. It was funny you said that, because the next day there was an article that came out where Koei Tecmo was asked about their development partnerships and how they've winded down over the years, to which they responded, our policies and resources remain the same, and we will continue collaborations. There have been no particular changes in the business environment, including the acquisition of new projects. So sounds like they're maybe working on something.
That is cool.
Don't know what it is, but we'll find out sooner or later.
Okay.
Sounds like they're doing something in there. And that's the news.
All right. Should we jump into the questions for this week?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
J32 asks, are you planning to ever go to the Nintendo Museum? Are there any museums or galleries you have visited that are standouts? We kind of answered that.
Yeah.
If the opportunity arises, I don't have a plan to go to Japan. It's on the other side of the world, but Japan's cool.
Yeah,
I would do lots of things in Japan.
I do love the Rock Hall of Fame. I like the Football Hall of Fame, the College Football Hall of Fame. Like, all those are great. The Rock Hall of Fame has an entire section dedicated to pinball tables.
That's cool.
Yeah, like all these just Rock Band pinball tables. It was pretty fun.
Yeah, I plan on going to Japan soon. Probably another couple of years. My daughter, big dream is to go to Japan, so she's gonna go with her cousin. So I'll eventually get out there and I'll go see it then. I always want to go anyway. So yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
A lot of cool things to do there. I Can't See asks us, question for the show, with so many movie games over the years, especially in the past few, would you buy game and movie bundles? The 2 Halloween games made me come up with this. That's a cool idea.
Come on. Y'all know me. I'm an IP whore. So of course I would. Yes, without question. Like, sell me the movie and the game in the same spot. Yeah, I definitely get it easily.
All they had to do was like come out with like an alternate like box for the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, this is the box the movie comes in if you buy the game package, and then people just rebuy the movie again.
I think that's how they would have to do it to resell it, because I feel like a lot of these are cross promotional. Like, people are a fan of the game, so they go see the movie, or they see the movie and they liked it, so they go buy the game.
Sure.
So I think it would have to be something that's like, that makes it stand out a little bit bundle wise.
I mean, I think they put digital codes in the box, which isn't nearly as exciting. I think that's what they would do.
Yeah, I wouldn't. That's boring.
XPS said they did this on PS3.
Yeah, that's boring.
With Watchmen and Top Gun.
Interesting little tidbit.
And I love the Watchmen game.
Did
Nintendo
Nintendo
really game.
Nintendo started I didn't have one, but like on DS and stuff, they kind of sold people like shows and movies and stuff like on cartridges, right? You could buy like a cartridge of like SpongeBob episodes and things like that.
No clue.
I know the PSP did that.
Yeah, I wonder if they ever. I bet they did. I bet there was probably some bundle or something like that.
You can watch the movie on your Nintendo Switch.
I mean, hey, it's the OLED. People watch movies in worse ways for sure.
I mean, hey, people wanted things like Disney Plus on the Switch. You have Disney Plus on the PlayStation. Like, it's not.
Yeah, it's just
not
Hulu
that
and YouTube. There's no Netflix.
Yeah.
I've never watched a movie on my Switch, but I have watched like YouTube content on my Switch because the Switch is what I had in my hands at the moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. G-Man hits
that
us
would
with
be
the...
cool.
Maybe I was thinking GBA. Hobie says GBA had video cartridges. Maybe that's what I was thinking.
Wow. Okay. G-Man hits us with the emotional question. Since we lost Rachel Lilith, I can't speak, Lilith.
Yeah.
She was the voice of Misty in the Pokemon anime. She passed away past week or so. Really, really sad. Way too young. He wants to know, what was your favorite scene of her from Pokemon, or anything else you heard her in? Always sad when an actor from your childhood is gone, but not forgotten. Yeah, that's really sad. You know, I was very big on the first season of Pokemon anime when I was a kid, growing up with it. Misty obviously was a major character. Like, I loved her gag that Ash owed her the bike over
Yes.
and over and over. She also did the voices of like Jigglypuff. You can't forget that singing, the Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff. Never forget that.
One of my favorite characters.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure, like nothing immediately comes to mind, but like the thing that comes to mind is like her being a gym leader, right? Because it's just such an important part.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like it when Psyduck evolves. That's a really good one too. When she teams up with her sisters and they all like get reunited and stuff, that's a big one.
Mm-hmm.
But she's just such a focal part. It's like cliche to answer, but she's just always a part of the show.
Yeah.
You know, she's a recurring cast. Like, so it's like all of the moments, whether it's her moment or not, like she's there for all of the moments. So
She's often the voice of reason.
yeah.
Yeah. I always love Jigglypuff. Jigglypuff sings the song, everybody goes to sleep, and then she just draws on everybody's face and they wake up. It was just
Yeah.
great part of Pokemon.
It's very funny. Yeah.
Jigglypuff
Rest in peace, Rachel Lillis.
is a powerful ass card.
Yes.
You can build a whole deck out of Jigglypuffs and really piss off a lot of people. It's such a pain in the ass.
Mm-hmm.
This is completely unrelated. Did anybody ever try the Emio?
Oh, there's a demo. I want to try the
Yeah.
demo. I just haven't yet.
Nah.
I was looking forward to hearing from it. I like to hear how people are digging it.
Yeah.
I might try it myself. I just got too many things to play.
Yeah, it's that season.
Yeah, it's all just concentrated in like one shot. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe later.
Well, the games aren't going anywhere. We have time.
Yeah.
There's no name attached to this question. So somebody asked us better 90s rivalry, Nintendo versus Sega or East Coast versus West Coast?
This is an easy answer.
East Coast,
Nintendo
baby.
Nintendo
That
versus
comes from
Sega.
Yarden.
Yarden.
Nintendo versus Sega because no one fucking died. That's why. I know this. During the East Coast West Coast rivalry, people actually died.
Yeah.
Two of the greatest rappers ever who ever lived. They're no longer here.
It all just feels very like unimportant to be arguing over. Like, which coast are you? Which rapper? Like, really? Especially when you fast forward 30 years, you see how it all ended up anyway. It's all just like an over. Well, wow. I meant like I meant the characters though. The characters evolved. The main players. Now they all just became like corporate advertisers that are just out here doing whatever, hanging out with, all the folks and all the stuff. It's like, really, kind of lame.
Or
I don't know
or
anything
felons.
about that. I'm just an East Coast girly. I don't know the
East
lore.
Coast. Nintendo Sega was many playgrounds were divided.
Yeah, it was fun though. It was like fun. Like, and the thing about it is, Sega and Nintendo like kind of boasted it up. Like Genesis does what Nintendo don't. I remember all those commercials and stuff like that. It was fun. They
went at each other's throats. This is what I've always said. The console wars is not a gamer thing. It's not a fanboy. Like, these companies started it.
Yes.
Like 100%.
Mm-hmm.
It was like Nintendo, Sega, and Atari. Atari was just in the corner, like, why are you guys still here? Why are you still around?
Until Crash and PlayStation showed up, entered the chat.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. New fighter has entered.
I gotta say that 90s era, like from 90 to 99, was like the best era of gaming because everybody came up with a console. There was the Atari Jaguar, the TurboGrafx 16, the 3DO, so much useless shit that we never will play again.
And that's a great thing? Like, that's like your argument is that's a good thing?
It was fun because you never knew what to expect.
Interesting hardware.
Yeah. They were people just throwing darts at wall, hoping that something stuck. And it was like, oh, this is kind of cool.
I hate to be the kid
random
who
ass console.
bought the Philips console. Here you go, Johnny.
Mom, what the fuck is this? I can't get jiggy with this shit. Oh man, what a funny era.
Yeah.
The advertising was great. It's still
It
great.
was.
All right. Super. Yeah. We don't see that anymore. Super Meta Boy wants to know Nintendo HQ have been listening to Nintendo Shack and they enjoy your opinions so much they want your help in designing a new game set for release in 2028. It can be anything you want, from an old port to a brand new IP. But the catch is, you have to collectively agree the basic gameplay and the game's title together. Oh man, that game's never coming out if we all
It's
have
never
to agree.
coming out. This game is never making it.
We have far too different opinions.
This is gonna be easy on my end. So I'm gonna be like, let Donnie and Rebecca handle it. I ain't got time for this shit.
You just exit
Yeah,
whatever they want.
Whatever they want works for me. Now, if this is PSVG, different story. But on Shaq, like let them pick out a game. Whatever game they think will work, I'm down with.
I got bad news for you, Delvin.
I
This game
want.
still isn't coming out.
Yeah, probably right.
Okay, Donnie, listen to me. I'm making a proposal here. It's a new Zelda game that has more of the traditional formula, the same art style as Wind Waker, set somewhere else. It's not in the same timeline or the same thing as Wind Waker. It's just the same art style. And it's really great.
It's
You
really
can come
great.
up with the title.
This is
Good
great.
tagline.
All right, here's mine. It's like Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild, except we flood
I'm
the
out.
land. We flood
I'm
the
out.
land, and you get a boat, and you can go underwater, and you've got your traditional dungeons. And instead of
Okay, I'm
exploring
back
the sky like we did, you explore the ocean and like different islands around. And like it's set in the future. So like when you're going back, just like the Zonai ruins, you see the ruins of like this long Hyrule from long ago that you've been to, but now it's different. Now it's flooded. Global warming has changed everything. The ice caps have melted. It's flooded. Now you get around by boat.
But there's traditional dungeons and items.
Traditional dungeons and
Yes.
sages.
Okay, I'm back.
I'm going
Optimus
straight
Prime
old
shows
school.
up.
7 dungeons, 7 sages, the whole thing. You've got to get the Zora armor to be able to swim underwater. Fishing is back. Yeah. The design and the concept of Ocarina of Time in the world and the engine of Breath of the Wild with the Wind Waker flair.
The Legend of Zelda Floods of Time.
That's good.
Close enough.
I was going to say Monsoon of Seasons.
Okay.
I like either one of those.
Either
we did
one.
it. I didn't think we'd
We
do
did it.
anything of the sort.
And I'm gonna be like they said Ben Affleck was when Matt Damon was writing Good Will Hunting. Just sit on the couch like, all right, that's good enough. Not doing anything.
Producer credit.
You finished with that, Matt? That's good enough.
Let me put my name on that.
Ship it. All right, last question here. Kyle the Pug wants to know if there is a Nintendo Direct to happen in September. There have been rumors that there's something lurking. What are some big announcements you would like to see during the tail end of the Switch's life cycle? Maybe it's just me, but I'm good. I feel like this fall, I'm good. I am perfectly content if this is an indie direct, Pokemon Presents, a third-party direct, Switch Partner Direct. I don't feel like I need another big announcement for the tail end here. You know, maybe give me a little something in January or February. I'd even be okay if we don't have that. I am perfectly content with waiting until the Switch 2 is announced in December, January, what have you, and starting fresh.
First and foremost, fuck you, Kyle the Pug. You're not getting away with that shit. Secondly, at this point, I feel like I just want the Switch 2 announcement. Give us the Switch 2. Like, yo, show us what it is. Show us what we're working with. Give us an idea of what's going on.
I am so done with the original Nintendo Switch.
Yeah.
It's over. Stop trying to make it happen.
The rumors are interesting because that Brazil outlet that often comes in, he's been pretty adamant for a few weeks now. He's like, yeah, there's something else. And everybody's like, what? It's almost the end of the month. He's like, I don't know, but there's something else. And then Nate the Hate came out and said that there would be something happening. Now, the interesting part about all of that is that none of them have said it's a direct, though, which makes me think maybe it's something smaller. You know, maybe there's like some sort of showcase or extended trailer or something. I don't know. I'm personally not getting too excited for it. If it is a direct, I imagine maybe it is like some sort of partner direct, some sort of indie direct, which would be great. But they have a lot of those things already docked, right? They're already set in the lineup. So yeah, I don't know. I think I'm mostly with you, Rebecca. I mean, I'll always take more. I think we all will. But I don't think there's a whole lot of things that make sense right now with where they are. Like, I can't imagine them. Like, the only thing that I think that's been out there that still maybe makes some sense is like that Fire Emblem game. If that's a real thing, like maybe you just get that out and that's like your last one. But every time we talk about that Fire Emblem game, I always keep coming back to like, why wouldn't you just save it for the Switch 2 and just launch with it?
I agree.
I don't know.
Save it at this point.
It is a remake, and maybe the idea of selling it to potentially however many of the 150 million people would buy it outweighs saving it for a new system.
Maybe.
That'd be my only guess. But yeah, I don't think, whatever it is, I'd be surprised if it was this fall. Seems like they've got their fall lineup set. Everything's every month. Like, we essentially have everything until December, and then we have Donkey Kong in January. So if they were going to show us something else, I'd imagine it'd be in the spring. And that just gets me to the big question that we'll, like, every time we get a rumor or question about games or directs or presentations, it all is going to come back to, when is the next Switch launching? Yep. Nobody knows when it's launching. We all thought March, and then a bunch of things were like, no, it's not March. Now we're like, is it April? Was it May? Is it June? And Jeff Grubb made, I think, a very valid point. If they're thinking May or June, you might as well just delay that motherfucker. Like, it's very easy to just push it to the fall. It's very easy to just find yourself there.
Don't say it.
So we don't know. All I'm saying is we don't know. If it's coming out in May, if it's coming out in May, I don't think it makes a whole lot of sense to have a bunch of games, ahead of that. If it's coming out in, say, September or August, then yeah, you need some games in like February, March, and April. So that's where it is. And that could be anything. Could be ports, could be remakes. I don't know. But if wherever they're thinking about that thing being, yeah, that's what they'll have to fill in, whatever that gap is.
I'm so done with Nintendo.
What?
It's over.
Wow.
It's too much. Can't do it.
That's gonna make this podcast real awkward then.
I just wait for like the quarters to come back after like Mario Party and Zelda. They've sold another 20 million Switches, and they're like, you know what? Just push it back. Like, they're just like, we got another run in this, guys. Let's keep going. 10-year cycle. Yeah.
Can't do it.
I don't think we're gonna have to be that long. Yeah, I don't know what this is. I imagine it's like some sort of indie partner thing, because they're gonna show the Switch before the end of the year. I can't help but getting off. Like, I don't know when it's going to release, but like, I don't know how much longer they can go without showing it. There's all these reports coming in that like all the things are being like ordered, screens are being ordered, reports from Japan, reports from South America, reports of different places that seem to be credible, that like things are happening. They're starting to put in orders. It means they're about to start to enter manufacturing. They can't enter manufacturing for too long before that thing leaks. So I got to think that before the end of the year, they'll show us what's coming, and then hopefully we'll know when it's coming. And it just matters. First half of the year, second half of the year. That's really all it comes down to.
Yeah.
So that's where we are.
You said the SpongeBob and Patrick thing.
I don't have Discord open. I closed everything when I was having internet issues, so I'll have to see it after the show.
All right. Well, that was our last question. So,
I was going to say,
else
Pokemon?
Before we close off the show?
I was just going to ask, Pokemon? Like, there's nothing Pokemon right before the next system, right?
There's usually a Pokemon Presents in this late half of the year here. feel like they could do something showing off the TCG mobile game.
That'd be awesome.
Maybe could give us a look at the Pokemon Legends ZA. I'm sure there's some kind of cafe remix and Pokemon Unite update that they want to shove down our throats.
Yeah. Correct me if I'm wrong. When the Pokemon the card game was like announced that they were coming out with a new one, wasn't that announced coming to Switch? Or did I just like make this up in my head?
I don't know. I don't know.
I thought when it was first, when they were like,
so.
we're making another card game and it's going to come to Switch and mobile, I thought was like what I had. And then when this trailer came out, there was no mention of Switch anywhere. And I tried to look for it and I couldn't find it. And I'm like, did I just literally make that up? Like in my own head, did I just make that up on my own?
You might have.
But I very much would have liked that to come to Switch. That would be great.
Yeah,
I agree.
They could.
I would play it. I would play it there more.
Especially like link your Nintendo account and make it like cross.
Yeah.
Cross whatever.
Yeah. Imagine playing against somebody like both Switches, where like you're seeing your half of the board and they're seeing their half of the board, and you're like, something like that would be really cool.
That would be.
Yeah. All right.
Anything else?
Yeah, I think we did it.
We did it. We'll do it again next week. I will hopefully survive my first week back at school, new school year.
Hey, seriously though, watch out for the COVID.
I know.
Yeah. It's raging right now. It's going everywhere. Like my whole family had it. Dev's kids just got it. Like it's everywhere.
Yeah.
So
be careful.
We'll do.
Mask up.
Not much
sanitizer.
I can do at a school, but I'll do my best.
Yeah, you are heading into ground zero.
Yep. A bunch of snotty kindergartners.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just as soon as they walk into class, just spraying with sanitizer.
Lysol.
Just Lysol them up.
Yep.
In the face and everything. Oh, my eyes!
All right, Koopalings, that's going to do it. We will see you next week. Take care.
Peace. Whenever you're ready.
All right. This is Frederick from Fire Emblem Awakening. And I forgot the line already. What?